Değerli Enterprise izleyicileri, bugün yurt dışından bir konuğumuz var. OCR Uluslararası Operasyonlardan Sorumlu Genel Müdürü sevgili Russ Cohn bizlerle. Kendisiyle hem OCR hem de Türkiye'yi konuşacağız. Russ, welcome to our interview.
Thank you for having me, Fatih.
May I ask you to introduce yourself and your company in the first part of the interview?
Yes, so I am Russ Cohn. I'm General Manager of OCR Labs. So I'm responsible for international expansion for OCR Labs outside of the initial home region, which is in Sydney, Australia. So our team was built out of there. The product was founded in Sydney, and we've now expanded with international headquarters in London, and we have offices in Istanbul as well, and are expanding the team out in Turkey at the moment.
Great. My second question about your products and solutions. Could you talk about your solutions? What are the new trends and threats in ID verification?
Sure. So ID verification is exploding because of a number of factors, and we're in a great position to be able to support companies to do that. So just let me tell you a little bit about what we do. So to start off with, OCR Labs is essentially a ID verification and fraud detection platform that helps companies of all sizes across the world to accurately, securely, and quickly identify or help identify the customers and to onboard them to prove their identities. So we've seen huge success in banking, particularly in telecoms in Australia and some of our customers. And we work with some of the biggest banks in the world like HSBC and ING and all the big four Australian banks. We've expanded internationally because the need is increasing, not just in financial services. And of course, London is the financial services hub of the world. And so it's a great place to be able to use as a platform to grow from. But we're seeing increased cases of course, in banking and of course, in other sectors as well. COVID has driven a huge change in that because of the remoteness of everything that we need to do. Now that, combined with the explosion of technology and mobile, of course, are the two factors that are driving the increase in what is an opportunity for people to verify and identify themselves remotely as they live their lives more online, more with technology, and more on the mobile.
Okay, very good. In this part of interview, I want to talk about the pandemic process. You know, we are in the terrible process about the pandemic. How was the pandemic period for your business?
So look, I mean, there's nothing good coming out of the pandemic. Of course, it's been a terrible time for many of us, and so we wish it had never happened. However, what it has done is it's probably accelerated the change of technology and the use of technology, not only in businesses, but from consumer demand point of view. As I just referenced or intimated in my previous statement, we're seeing an increase in the demand for remote services, and that's because people have been forced to stay at home and forced to stay away from their jobs. So of course, technology has become a real underpinning of what we do in society. And we're seeing that change happen rapidly across the world. We see it in particularly in the UK. We've seen huge growth again on a already mobile first world. And what we're seeing from the initial outlook in Turkey is that it is a mobile first and growing not only young environment in Turkey, but mobile and technology is being used more and more in businesses and with people. So the pandemic has definitely changed the need to have those services. We see things in, for example, dating. We see the gig economy, you know, things like being able to validate, for example, an Uber driver. We see it in the need for AML and KYC in crypto. So I know crypto is growing exponentially globally and people are starting to invest. So we see a lot more need on that. And everybody is wanting to reduce fraud in their business and reduce the risk of fraud. And by understanding people's identities and understanding their customers through KYC, businesses are able now to use that technology like OCR Labs technology to stop fraud happening from the user point of view and to stop them taking advantage of businesses, as well as we're seeing a lot of fraudsters attack businesses and trying to steal from them globally, right? So that's a huge issue with phishing and with fraud happening in many, many industries. So the stronger biometrics they have and the stronger KYC and AML processes they have, we think we can help them reduce that cost. It also helps businesses to reduce their cost and friction points for their users. So if they can easily open accounts, then banks can, for example, can get business quicker. And they won't go to other banks who offer better services. So shutting down retail branches, for example, is happening in retail as well as banking. We see that in the UK, we see it in the US, we see it everywhere. And in Turkey, it's happening as well. So the access to the old way of doing business has gone away. And the new way of doing business is a more fluid, easy way where you have the choice in your hand to be able to do that. And KYC processes will help businesses to do that safely and bring more customers in.
Okay, great information. Let's talk about your future plans in the last part of our interview. What are your future business plans, including the Turkey?
So Turkey is a very important market for us. We've been operating in the last year to set up in Turkey and to ensure that we are behind the new regulations that allow for remote onboarding. That is still happening and will be hopefully ratified in the financial services sector and ready to go by the end of the year. We hope that the final regulations will be in place. We've been working with a number of businesses, including OYAK, which is a Series A investment of ours. So OYAK Group has helped us in the market. I'm hiring a team to support all our customers, our banking customers and other customers in the Turkish market. And so we're very, very optimistic about the potential growth for Turkey because of the very vibrant banking sector and the telco sector. We think there's a huge opportunity to move people into that safer environment to be able to access these services, not only governmental services, but telecom services, banking services, and anything else that they choose to do through better technology like we have built for the Turkish market. So we've built bespoke products with NFC and with video calling to be able to fit the regulations, the MASAK regulations for the Turkish market, which is very exciting. And we plan to expand beyond that into Europe as well, a number of countries in Europe. And we will explore the rest of the world where we're seeing increased demand because of this scope of opportunity for KYC and for identity verification. We think any market in the world is available to us because we can operate in cloud services and we can help businesses within their regulation anywhere in any world, in any country in the world to be able to support them because we cover over 13,000 documents. And so that enables us to go into any market and identify somebody and help people in that market to bring their customers on board. So we're excited about the future and we are only going to take advantage of the growth that we've seen in the last year or so.
Yeah, waiting for the future. Thank you very much, Russ, for participating in our broadcast. I hope you see you in face-to-face in Istanbul. Goodbye.
Hopefully soon. Thank you very much, Fatih. Appreciate it.
Değerli Enterprise izleyicileri, bugünkü röportaj konumuz OCR Labs Uluslararası Operasyonlardan Sorumlu Genel Müdürü Russ Cohn. Kendisiyle hem OCR Labs'i konuştuk hem de gelecek planlarını masaya yatırdık. Enterprise röportajlarımız devam edecek.